Hi Bother Brigade, here's what's bothering me today. I said I'd talk about it, and it's time to talk about it, because what's going on at the Marjorie Taylor Greene trial is supremely weird and absolutely infuriating, with just a little speckling of being absolutely disturbing on top of that. So she has been testifying now because of her role in the January 6th insurrection. And basically this came about as a result of people trying to, I'm not sure if it was trying to recall her or say that she was unfit to run for re-election, something along those lines, because of her stance on January 6th saying, look, this person should not be in the halls of power. She tried to support the overthrow of democracy here, like what's going on. And so she has now been testifying. And of course, all of a sudden, oh, I can't remember. I don't recall. I don't remember. I can't remember that. Sorry, I don't recall. I don't remember saying that. And it's basically a bunch of crap, which we're going to get into very shortly. But apparently at one point, she said that she was, oh, I was like everyone else. I was very scared on January 6th. Here she is looking rather smug than anything while January 6th was happening. And that's to say nothing else with a variety of videos that are on the internet showing her appearing on like CNN, Fox News, whatever, for daily segments talking about this was wrong. Trump won the election in a landslide. This is really terrible. Joe Biden is not the president of America. Just, spreading these open lies, right? And there's also other videos of her for, social media spread and awareness where she's saying, we just had a good productive meeting about, what we're going to do on January 6th. And she's saying she can't remember this stuff. Yeah, I know 2 years ago and time is kind of a fuck because of the pandemic, but really you can't remember detailed agreements and discussions and meetings with people about a subject that you clearly cared a lot about? I can't remember exactly every day from the past 2 years, but I can definitely remember some of the people I talked to, relationships I fostered, causes that I went out to support. Pretty sure I remember those things, Marge. And it's so clear she's lying. And in case you think that that's hyperbole, here she is basically doing the classic kind of, oh, well, I don't remember, until someone offers to bring up plaintiff's evidence, basically. And then, oh, no, wait a second. And I wish I was joking, but it's literally this comical.
Ms. Greene, you've had your disagreements with Speaker Pelosi. Isn't that right?
I'm not sure what you mean.
You've had political disagreements with her. You don't agree with some of the things she's done in her career, right?
Politically speaking, that would be correct.
Right. You don't agree with a lot of things she's done, right?
Politically speaking, that would be correct.
In fact, you think that Speaker Pelosi is a traitor to the country, right?
I'm not answering that question. It's speculation. It's hypothetical.
You've said that, haven't you, Ms. Greene, that she's a traitor to the country?
No, I haven't said that.
Okay. Put up Plaintiff's Exhibit 5, please.
Oh, no, wait. Hold on now. I believe by not upholding the securing the border, that violates her oath of office.
Fair enough. I'm not interested in her oath of office. I'm interested in that you said that she's a traitor to our country, right?
I object, Your Honor. She is not. This is. I don't see the.
Oh, and for the record, we also know that this is true because of a since deleted video of Marge herself talking to crowds, calling Nancy Pelosi a traitor. So since nothing ever is truly deleted off the internet, here you go, internet.
She's a traitor to our country. She's guilty of treason. She took an oath to protect American citizens and uphold our laws. And she gives aid and comfort to our enemies who illegally invade our land. That's what treason is. Exactly. And by our law, representatives and senators can be kicked out and no longer serve in our government. And it's a crime punishable by death, is what treason is. Nancy Pelosi is guilty of treason, and we want her out of our government. She's held her seat of power for 32 years. She's 78 years old. She is dying in Congress. We are fed up with these corrupt politicians that hang on to their power just to make themselves rich.
So there you have it, for everyone to see, a woman lying through her teeth while under oath, all to try and protect herself and her friends and her comrades who tried to overthrow the democratically elected government of the United States. This is absolutely unreal. Like, she absolutely should not be anywhere close to the levers of power. She should be in prison, for God's sake. And here she is saying with, a smile on her face, nope, I can't remember. I can't remember all these things that I talked about for years and actively organized against. Geez, I can't remember this stuff. Oh, sorry. It's so blatantly clear what the results of these hearings and testimonies are going to be. I recognize we live in the bad timeline, so probably nothing too substantial, but then if something does happen that's substantial, I'll be pleasantly surprised. But the grim reality is that this woman spent now years peddling lies about January 6th, and then when being called up to, testify about this, suddenly she can't remember something that she's been actually very vocal about for the past 2 years. It's offensive to anyone with a shred of intelligence. And yet here she is, still a sitting congresswoman with power and influence and a 6-figure salary, all while she continues to spread lies and mistruths and supports the worst people in American society. And she has some of the worst people defending her and supporting her in this. And I think that, for me, is the real grimness behind all of this. Never mind how kind of funny it is in a weird and disturbing way to see her flounder and suddenly not recall until someone brings up evidence, and her casually forgetting something that she's been very passionate about for a few years. Beyond that terribleness and horseshit, right? There's the fact that she's still a sitting congresswoman after trying to overturn democracy. And worse, there are still millions of people who gleefully supported her then and are continuing to support her now, showing that this whole unfortunate situation in dystopia is nowhere close to being over. And that's what's bothering me today.